Leo down the lane, and the flush!
His nickname is the Flying Squirrel. He flew on that one. Oh my goodness.
Triple to that.
Deseret News Rewind is presented by Heidemann & Associates. Call them now for a free consultation, 801-754-4240, or go to utah.law.
Welcome in Deseret News Rewind. Dusty Litster, Dane, Stewart, as always, presented by Heidemann & Associates and brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard.
That's right, Dusty. For anyone who has any legal needs, right, we got you covered. Heidemann & Associates, a full-service law firm, locations throughout the state of Utah, up and down the Wasatch Front, all the way down in St. George. They'll take care of you. For a free consultation, tell them Deseret News Rewind sent you. Call 801-754-4240 and visit the experts at Heidemann Associates.
Absolutely, or go to utah.law and learn a little bit more about Justin Heidemann. One thing for his support, and also the next step in your career with the Utah Army National Guard's more than military service, up to $20,000 in signing bonuses. This isn't just for kids wanting to go to college. You want a bonus? Go to Utah Army National Guard, learn more. You go to nationalguard.com. Basketball season, football season's almost put to bed. Our awards will be coming out very, very soon.
We know you're all holding your breath.
It makes me very sad to say football is over, but we're in a basketball season. We're in the hardwood. Controlled temperatures. We've been at the Pro League shootout all weekend. But Dane, this is our state. First of all, we'll talk about all the returning champions, what that looks like. And in this, we're going to go through the regions. We're going to select preseason champions who we think is going to win. So you can hold us all accountable. Now let's go to our opening argument, brought to you by Heidemann & Associates. Again, if you need anything, a free legal consultation, go to www.utah.law to learn a little bit more about Justin Heidemann and his associates. Let's look at the reigning 6A champion, the American Fort Cavemen.
I mean, this is a team graduated 4 out of 5 starters. The only returning starter is Noah Moiaki. They were thought they were going to get a welcome transfer. That didn't end up happening. So right now, American Fork, the early part of this year, tough to get some wins. And I think that team is going to mold over time. I think you're going to see them improve during the course of the year. Coach Cuff always does a great job. But it's going to take a little bit of time to kind of get everyone up to speed and experience because, man, they lost just so much talent. And so many contributors off of last year's team. This is going to be a different AF team.
And then let's talk about 5A, and that's Corner Canyon. They graduate a lot of talent as well, and Coach Dan Lunt, they're looking pretty good to start the season.
They are. I mean, they graduated talent, but they returned talent. Dusty Ross is back, the guard. How about Welling? Not the Welling of last year, his younger brother, right, Carter, and he can put up points. He can score the rock, and he's had a really nice start to the year for Corner Canyon, who's out of the gate. I mean, we're just, 2 weeks into the season, undefeated, hosted a tournament this week. They had a very good showing. That Corner Canyon team, I think, is going to be good in 6A.
But again, because we're doing the 5A, 6A championship all the way through the end, we'll go through that. But we're going to talk about 4A, 5A, probably 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A. Yes, we do bring 1A in now because we're not in football and they're done playing baseball. So let's talk about regions. We're going to go a little bit more 5A, 6A in this one. And talk about these regions. Let's start in Region 1. Fremont Silver Wolves. And pretty doggone good.
They have been. And, I mean, a lot of returners. You look at Baylor Harrop is back. Dallin Hall is back. Tyke Voorhees is back. And, oh, by the way, we'll throw it to Kip Collar whenever we need a game winner, right? I mean, Fremont, they've got a lot of talent. Coach Mullaney, he's built this. These are giving guys that are starting, getting meaningful minutes for 3 years now. This is the year for Fremont to make their run.
Well, and Down Hall is pretty could possibly be one of the best players in the state. Mason Falso, by recruiting, you would say is the best player.
Yeah, we'll get to that
later. Not this side of Wasatch Academy. Right.
I'll tell you this, Region 1's no lock. You got Fremont, we talked about Davis, Layton. Watch out for the Lancers. This is a tall, big team that Coach Miller has. Davis putting a lot of points on the board right now. They're playing really well.
I know. It took about 3 seconds, and Kelby Miller is already yelling at the screen, what about the Lancers? But Chad Simmons doing a great job as the Davis Darts have started out the season very, very strong.
They have.
As well. Region 2, this will be very interesting because this is normally where we talk about Roller v. Van. How weird is it there is no Roller v. Van in Region 2?
It is. It's really weird. How about you look at the Kearns Cougars, a team that has owned Region 2 in recent years. I don't know if they return a starter, Dusty. They graduated a lot of talent, and they're playing sophomores and juniors across the board. There's a lot of new faces for Coach Cosby. It's going to be a little weird to watch Region 2. Taylorsville off to a strong start. I know a lot of people that think Taylorsville should win this region. I'll tell you the team to watch for. It's the Cypress Pirates. A lot of returners on this team, some of their best scorers. They got a young freshman who can score the rock as well. Watch out for Cypress in Region 2. I think this is the year of the Pirate.
Very, very interesting. They can pull that one off because they're even there in England did not win region championship.
I'll tell you this, Coach, I will get to Cyprus for a game this year. I will make that happen. It's about time. It's about time.
Region 3, and there's an interesting region.
It is.
The Harriman Mustangs made a run in the state tournament last year. They've graduated some guys, and now another new coach.
Yeah, first-year head coach, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But you look at a guy like Case Peterson. I love the blue-collar nature of Case Peterson. He can score. He rebounds. He's big. He's physical. By the way, you have LeGrand Burgess, who's a great scorer. They got a lot of options, Harriman does. But it's not just the Mustangs in this region. Jordan, anyone? There's a team that had a lot of pieces. Kohler, off to a tough start this year, the Jordan Beat Diggers are. You think they're going to get that righted. How about the Bingham Miners? Another first-year head coach in Region 3. But Bingham, Dusty, they are scoring at will in the early part of this year and have some big wins.
And also keep your eye on
Copper Hills,
the East Leopards. Region.
They're down in 5A.
Oh, they're
football, basketball alignment. It's week 1, folks. We'll get there.
And as you can tell, we don't edit it.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't everything change based by sport?
Right.
Yeah. And you think you haven't memorized it and you learn you don't.
That's all right.
So
Copper Hills, Stone Hutchins, another one. This is going to be a deep region. Really good region.
Well, another new coach there, too.
Yeah.
Region 3, if you want to be a coach, be a first-year head coach. That's the way it goes.
West returns their coach.
There you go. There's the one we can coach in Region 3. Region 4, my region.
Yeah.
As everybody knows. Tough. You talk about tough start for the year for Coach Cuff and American Fort Caveman. But how about, here's a sneaky good team we've talked about for years, Coach Carling and the Westlake Thunder.
Yeah, and they're off to another good start this year, Dusty. I mean, had a slip up early on in this year, but you look at them in the first 2 weeks, they're 4-1. And this is a team that graduated some really good talent last year. And Coach Carling, what he's building at Westlake, we've gotten out there the last couple of years. It's a fun program. It's a fun team to go watch. Going to be fun to see this team develop over the course of the year. This might be the year of the Westlake Thunder. I mean, Skyridge off to a bit of a slow start. I expect them to be a little stronger out of the gate. Now, they have some good losses, right? And some good wins. It's a team trying to find that consistency and I think a little bit of depth. Corner Canyon, we've talked about them a little bit. Man, PG graduating a lot of talent. AF graduating a lot of talent. This is going to be a very different year for Region 4. It's going to be one to keep your eye on.
Be very, very different. Just watching how everybody grows into this one. And
Lone Peak, another one. We saw them this week. Yeah.
And it depends on the night.
Right.
The matchups are so different who they got to have and guys who are going to step up and learn their role.
Yeah.
Know your role and do your job.
Yep.
Right? Let's look in 5A is reigning champion Corner Canyon now in 6A.
Yep.
Crazy it is in football and basketball, the two championships in 6A and 5A football and basketball were already in Region 4.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think, and that's what happens when you bring Corner Canyon into your region. So let's start at Region 5, and there's a lot of talent up in Region 5.
Yeah, how about Farmington? Coach Walkenhurst, he played a lot of juniors last year, right? Well, guess what that means? They're all seniors this year.
Right.
This is going to be a really interesting team. Now, he graduated as senior, too. I'm not saying that whole roster was. We don't need Twitter feedback. We know how Farmington is. But, the year for Farmington out of the gate, it's been really strong so far. And Woods Cross, watch out for the Wildcats. They return Howe. They return another shooter. I can't remember his name right now, and I feel terrible because I know once we shut this off, I'm going to remember it. And by the way, how about the younger brother, Nell? They got a lot of guys that can shoot the rock at Woods Cross High School, and they're off to a really good start, Dusty.
It really touches the case. Now, Region 6, the East High Leopards. I try to throw you into Region 3.
There it is. Yeah. Well, Andre Mulabela, right? A young man, been a 2-year starter. Now his 3rd year. Boy, athletic, big. Love watching this kid for the East High Leopards. Coach Smith, look, it's all about defense, right? We're going to run our sets. This is going to be a really good team in Region 6. You look at the rest of Region 6, how about Brighton? Right. I mean, Chris Koviak transfers out of Brighton, and yet they're 3-1 to start the year. Great job by Coach Gardner there for the Bengals. And by the way, you have Olympus waiting in the wings. Who has a couple losses early on in the year to 6A teams. Look, this is not going to be an Olympus squad that's going to go and beat your PGs or go beat your top-end 6A teams. They're still a tough out in 5A. They got a lot of shooters that can score the basketball, including Chris Koviak. How about Olympus Brighton? That's going to be a fun game.
A nice return game, and I'm sure Coach Wilson's kind of shaking his hands over that one and a chance at that. Region 7. Okay, we're here in Region 7. We got a great look at Orem this week.
Did.
And Taft Mitchell, going to be a terror in Region 7.
He is. This is a young man that can score from anywhere on the floor. Yes, anywhere, including 25 feet out. He can get to the rim, really dynamic. I love the unselfish nature. He'll hand the ball off to his teammates, get them involved. But you look at the rest of this region, how about Alta? Known for their defense, Coach Barker. They got some guys there that you got to keep an eye on, including Humphreys and DeAndre Randolph as well. They've got some pieces there. Alta does have a nice big, too. Meanwhile, how about Mountain Ridge, the start that the Sentinels are off to? Coach Briggs, what a job. I mean, first year of the program, we know he can coach. I didn't expect him to go 4-0. Hey, do you remember us talking about Sherwood last year? I think it was American Heritage. Right. I don't remember. He's at Mountain Ridge now, playing 5A ball. He's going to be a young man to keep an eye on for the Sentinels. And you have Timview, a lot of shooters, a lot of scorers for Coach Santiago. Nothing new there. This Region 7 is going to be a blast to watch.
It'll be very interesting. Now, Region 8, we had a chance to see Wasatch wasn't their best night. Yeah. Provo, early goings looking pretty decent as well.
They are. This is a Provo team where I didn't have high expectations of them. My bad.
It's because Mason Cobb's on the floor.
How about two guys averaging over 20 points per game through the first 2 weeks of the year, a third in double figures, and you got physical guys like Mason Cobb to help when the game gets nasty, right? This Region 8 is going to be solid. I'll remind Dusty every week that Region 8 does exist. Springville off to a strong start. They're undefeated through 3 weeks. And oh, by the way, remember how good Corner Cane was? We were talking about them? Yeah, they lost tonight to Maple Mountain. A team that gave Jordan a run last year in the playoffs probably should have won that game. Watch out, Region 8 really deep. We haven't even got to Wasatch yet. Right. This Region 8, Wasatch a little slow out of the gate. They had a really good game this week. They started to feel like, hey, we're coming around. We got things figured out. Coach Ball said, this Region 8, folks, it's going to be fun to watch.
Maple Mountain getting that win because they fueled up at Apollo Burger in Draper. I know because I saw them there.
That'll do it.
I have to remind Region 8 there since I moved more north, more into more comfortable settings, as you all know, the area. It'll be very interesting to watch what happens as we go through that. All right, let's go through the quick hits and let's talk about some of the other regions without the state of Utah, some of the top teams we expect to be in the mix.
Well, you gave a tease, and I'm going to pick the. Let's talk Mason Falslev. How about setting the school record for most points all time? Look, this is a young man that makes a case for Mr. Football, certainly 4A MVP. And oh, by the way, 3 nights later, he's lacing them up, and he's going to go and lead Skyview to a bunch of wins.
Yeah, a bunch of 1-point wins to teams in St. George.
Right?
Stop playing Skyview. I get the updates on the Twitter. Yeah. Win by 1. And then next time, I'm like, wait, did I look at the same one? No, they won by 1. Yeah. Beating Pineview and Desert Hills by 1 point back-to-back nights.
Skyview really good. Bear River, watch for Bear River in that region as well. Remember, they return all their shooters. New coach as well at Bear River. Be interesting to see how the things work out for the Bears.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch how that goes. And, my Carbon Dinos might be pretty good. They're out to a pretty good start. Akandi leading the way for the Carbon Dinos in many, many forms. Without Kyle Wilson, I still will follow the Dinos.
How about Manti? They're putting up a lot of points early on in the year in 3A. The Templars are off to a strong start.
Also keep your eye on Juan Diego Soaring Eagle. That never changes when you're talking about that Soaring Eagle basketball program.
Yeah, it never does. I mean, Juan Diego, it feels like that's been kind of the cream of the crop, right, for a number of years. Be interested to see. Tough year for football. Wonder if that carries over into basketball or not. How about American Heritage down in 2A, off to a really good start? 4-1, 5-1 to start the year, and this is going to be fun to watch some of these lower classification teams because there's a lot of scores, a lot of good players that we're going to make sure that we bring you on a regular basis because there's guys that you're just not going to hear about in 2A, 1A, and some young men that are getting double-digit steals in ball games. You just don't see that very frequently. So there's going to be a lot of fun action, too, in the lower classifications that we'll bring.
Let's go to the let's go into the closing argument. It is the early part of the year. Let's pick our champions in 6A, 5A, and 4A. Who are you taking in 6A?
All right, Dusty. Hey, when I was in kindergarten, I was part of a musical, right?
Okay.
It was called Alphabet Soup. I was Mr. L, and I had a line in there about how Mr. L likes lollipops. I couldn't say my L's as a young man. I've grown. I've worked on my pronunciation. Now I just can't say my T's. But when I think about my 6A champion, let me just extend that line of Mr. L likes lollipops. Mr. L likes Leighton Lancers. I got the Leighton Lancers as my state champion. Coach Miller, he's got a lot of height. You got Potter. You got Coped. I got Leighton.
Wow.
My mom will be happy. How about that one, huh?
When did I become Jake Pash with Bill Walton? How did that happen?
It's been a long week, man.
That was good.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The build-up, like, where is he going with this? Where are we heading?
Leighton Lancers.
You know, I'm going to go somewhere with a team that's not getting out to the best start, but they're returning probably the best player in one of, if not the best player in 6A. I've been riding this train for a while. I want to go Sky Ridge because Trevin Snowd, he's really, really good. But we've been banging the Dallin Hall drum for 3 years. Corey Mullaney and the Silver Wolves this year, bringing home the 6A championship.
They are undefeated. You said not off to a good start.
I was going to go.
So I was like, you going somewhere else? Okay,
I was going to go Sky Ridge. I went.
Okay. Appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I ride the Dallin Hall train.
Yeah. All
Milk
right.
and Cookies went somewhere else, Morby back in the day. But Dallin Hall, I mean, he's been in the heart since he was a sophomore.
Yeah. Awesome. Great.
Right. 5A.
Well, Dusty, when I was 12 years old, I'm just kidding.
6 years later, you graduated the W's?
I got nothing else, man. This is so wide open this year when you think of 5A. I can make cases for 6 different teams. I'm not kidding. I was thinking about this today. Look, you know what? I was going to say something, and it's no longer right. So, I don't know. How about you go first?
I go first.
Yeah.
All right.
This is hard.
Yeah. Southern part of the area is usually good. Region 4, Region 7 is where I live. Everyone knows this. We're at Orem. Maybe it's recency bias. Our team is really, really good.
That's really good.
Perry Wildeboer, one of my favorite coaches.
Yeah.
It's been good getting to talk to Coach Wildeboer. The Region 7 is just that good. It is just that loaded. Somewhere along the way, man. And as much as I want to go Perry Wildeboer, this isn't about jinxing or anything else. I'll go Timpanogos. Because I think there's a team in Orem. Izzy Engel, another year.
Yeah.
You got Anderson, you got a lot of pieces there.
Yeah.
And Izzy's been building it. I'm going to go the Timpanogos Timberwolves, their first state championship in school history.
Man, I like that. That's a good pick. I
feel pretty good.
Yeah, I would too. I wish I would have thought of that one. I guess we're back to me, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
When I was 16 and then drama club. And
all right. Here's where I'm going to go with this. I think there are 6 teams I can make a case for. I think where I'm going to land is the Woods Cross Wildcats. This is a team that lost to Fremont by 3. Right. They had that. I mean, they're in that ball game. And this is Dusty's 6A state champion. Right. By the way, Fremont's really good. I got them making a deep run in that tournament. Tyler Roberts is the other young man I was thinking of. Howe had 18 in that game. Roberts had 17. Nell had over 20. I think he had 5 or 6 threes in that. I'm going to go with Woods Cross as the year to finally get over that playoff hump and win a state championship.
And we'll be there on Tuesday. We'll get a chance to see them on Tuesday.
Join us.
Yeah, check that out at Deseret.com.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how I can go anywhere.
Well, we got 4A still, 4A. Right?
Well, all right. Mason Fosslove and the Skyview Bobcats.
When I was 21, I decided to go to school at the Utah State University. And I didn't live in Smithfield, but we started covering Smithfield, Skyview. And
when you were 22,
Yeah, when I was 22. Mason Fosslove, man. I don't know how you slow him down. I think that guy is so good.
In his sleep.
Yeah. Future University of Utah commit. He's going to have a chance to prove it. I'm with you. I got the Skyview Bobcats.
Where do you differ with us? You 6A, 5A, and 4A champions. We'd love to hear from you. This might be the funniest video we've ever done. If it's nothing else, it was the funniest one for me.
It's about a 70-hour work week for me, so just
been
breathe.
A long,
give us
long week. Hit us up. Let us know where you're at.
Yep.
Where we might be wrong. We will have 3A, 2A, 1A. We want time to digest, go through more stuff as well. Also, football awards will be coming out.
Yep.
We'll be adding some awards as well to give you a little tease to that one. Thank you for voting on that, by the way. Probably the biggest response we've ever had.
It's been awesome.
On Twitter.
It's been fantastic.
It's been spectacular. But hit us up. Let us know what you think at Dane News Rewind. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us. Watching Deseret News Rewind on Deseret.com.